right, guys, welcome back. So we heard the big news. Taylor Hall to the Arizona Coyotes. We're not going to go too in-depth on it here. If you guys want to hear the opinion on it, though, we do have that opinion on our other channels. We're doing more of our sports talky stuff these days. If you're interested in that, not a big deal, though. But if you're not, but here it is. Arizona getting Taylor Hall, of course. He's going to be added to this team. We're going to see if the Arizona Coyotes can make a playoff run and can make a Stanley Cup run with Taylor Hall and his team. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by simming up some of this season until we get to the point of where he was traded. And he was traded on what? December is today the 17th. So he's traded on the 16th, right before San Jose comes to town. So we're going to go over here and sim up to that point in time in the season. See how these Coyotes do. Now, the tough part here is going to be getting these guys to have the record they have right now in the regular season. Because they're what? 19 and is it 12? 19 and 12, 19 and 13. Great start this season. And that's the reason Arizona went out there and, grabbed the guy like Taylor Hall, thinking to make that big step. So if we can get somewhere around that point here in this sim, and we're kind of close, they're 11 and 8 coming into that trade, that'll be ideal. But again, we can't really force it. We could try it a million times and it would never sim up properly to get us there. So we're just going to do the best we can here of getting this team to the point of playing San Jose and see if they can be a team that makes playoffs with Taylor Hall. Now, right now, not looking good. 15 and 18. They started the season off great. Started the season off fantastic, but the big move is to get Taylor Hall, and we'll see if this Arizona team can do it. The thing with Arizona is they're one of those teams, they play great defensive hockey. They're not a low or a high scoring team. That's why they bring in a guy like Taylor Hall. And when you translate that to a video game like EA or NHL, it kind of does not sim up properly or very well. So that is kind of the difficult problem here with Arizona, is because they have a lot of, I guess, would you say solid players, but they don't have a lot of those, elite 86, 87, 88 overalls that makes them win games in a video game. So that is kind of the difficult thing they're going to run into here. But we'll see nonetheless if the addition of Taylor Hall can get the job done here. Now, Arizona, we did some finagling here. We boosted up, was it Merkley? I think it was Merkley. Yeah, these two guys, we boosted their overalls. We wanted to make sure that this trade went through. We also sent Ness up to like an 86 as well, but he's not playing. He's on the bench. Throw that out there. But we're going to trade him just to make sure this gets taken care of. The 11 and 19 Devils going over there is Taylor Hall. You know what? Let's do this properly. Let's send him Nick Merkley instead, because that is part of the trade. So there you go. Take Merkley for Taylor Hall. You guys like that? Oh, of course you'll like that. So we'll go ahead here and take a look at what the potential lines of Arizona could be. I mean, I'm telling you what, fellas. We're just going to throw it out there. Yeah, Taylor Hall. You now have a good left wing. You now have a good right wing. I mean, just think about, I don't know, maybe if they picked up a center, maybe an Arizona native, maybe, I don't know, maybe Austin Matthews? Is that too much to ask for? It's just one center. It's not a lot. Well, they do need some center work, though. But nonetheless, there's Hall, Schmaltz, and Kessel now on the first line playing together for the first time going into San Jose. We'll see how they do here. San Jose below 500 as well. They probably fired their coach in this game as well, much like they did in real life playing like that. But let's sim up the rest of the season. Arizona being 15, 18 and 2, picking up their win over there in San Jose, but then losing again. Losing 3 in a row. This team is struggling to put goals on the board, to put W's on the board. They're just falling to pieces. Even with the addition of Taylor Hall, this team just not having any of it. You think Rant would be helping his team out a little bit more, but Arizona, they're going to struggle to even make playoffs, let alone win a playoff round and get New Jersey a better conditional pick there. Which you wonder still. You do wonder that with Arizona being a team, they didn't do too bad last year, and you feel like they're starting to turn a corner. But you almost wonder is, they made that trade. Could they still see the wheels fall off the second half of the season here? They better hope not, because they're going to want to, that playoff push is going to intrigue Taylor Hall to stay with them. And it's a really good trade for Arizona for that reason, because they can keep Taylor Hall. And they really don't give up a lot. Like, it does turn into a first-round draft pick if they get out of playoffs and they re-sign him. But other than that, it really doesn't. Uh-oh, they're going to make playoffs. Arizona just squeaked in there, barely making playoffs. A hot March. That's the system of the game, it seems like here. If they have a bad first few months, the last month of the season is always good, and it's the opposite the other way. We'll take a look at these Arizona Coyotes, though. Phil Kessel, Schmaltz, Keller, Taylor Hall, only 59 points. Come on, Hall. What you doing over there, buddy? Was it a slow start to the season, at least? You did better when you came to Arizona? No, you actually struggled in Arizona. 32 points, but a plus 16. So there was that for Taylor Hall. Still at 89 overall right there. The rest of the team pretty solid. Ekman Larson only 41 points, but he's still like 28. I feel like he's been around forever. 29 and 24 for Ranta, 906. Like to see a little bit better than that. Kemper got some starts in there as well, 13 to 14. So the backup did play a pretty big role in losing games. Normally you see the backup you know, they don't play the tougher opponents. They go 13-10, 13-7, but he went negative, which is not a good sign. But hey, we made playoffs. That's all that matters. See if we can make a playoff run here. 88 points. San Jose missed playoffs with 88 points, and we had 88 points. But look at those overtime losses. 10 overtime losses. That'll do it. That'll do it. We had 3 more regulation wins than them. The Kings taking care of the division, it looks like. Over in the Central is the Blues, Wild, Predators, and Jets. We got the Blues, the #1 seed in the first round. So this probably won't go well. We can hope and we can pray, but I'm going to take a guess and just, you know, stab in the dark and say this Arizona team probably isn't going to go for it. But you never know. 53 wins out of those St. Louis Blues. Let's see if we can steal one in St. Louis. It took them to overtime in game #1. Game #2, not even close. Not even in the same ballpark. Is this even the same team? I don't think we're going to get any game wins, period. You know what? We're just going to sim it up. Take your chance here, Arizona. At least you don't owe a 2nd-round pick or a 1st-round pick if you do sign Taylor Hall if you lose this game. And they won a 4-game sweep. Even with the addition of Taylor Hall, the Arizona Coyotes cannot get out of the 1st round. Bad news for the Devils. I don't know if you want to call that good news for Arizona. Not really. I think I'd rather take the 2nd or 3rd round and give up a 2nd-round pick personally. But then again, we gifted 2 2nd-round picks to Ottawa last season for a guy we benched in the playoffs. So, that, you know, it's obviously something I would, you know, see. It's just a 2nd-round pick. No big deal, right? Buffalo, though. Good for them. Winning the Stanley Cup. How about that? Let's see if we took home any awards over here in Arizona. McDavid, the Ross, and a memorial. James Norris, Doughty. Look at him playing better. Tarasenko getting a Lady Byng. Jack Hughes. There you go, Hughes. Conn Smythe going to Eichel. Lundqvist getting a Vezina. Beer. William Jennings, Masterton going to the Kaiser. O'Reilly, the Selke, he just takes it home every single time these days. Lindsay, McDavid, Maurice Richard, Tarasenko, the Russian master over there in St. Louis. Otherwise, though, guys, if you enjoyed this video, big thumbs up, subscribe, appreciate it, never required. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.